Hello, in this video, we are going to learn how to use PRICEDISC function in Power BI. This function will allow us to calculate the price of a discounted security, typically a bond. We already learned how to use price function in our previous video, and if you haven't watched it, please check out my previous video. Before we implement this function in Power BI, let's try to understand what this function means with some definition and also with the help of simple example in Excel. Here we have the definition and the syntax. Returns the price per $100 face value of a discounted security. The definition is quite self-explanatory, and we have the syntax here, and it takes 5 parameters. The settlement date is a security's settlement date or the date at which the security was traded. Maturity is the security's maturity date. Discount is the security's discount rate. Redemption, the security's redemption value per $100 face value. And we have the basis, which is optional, which will allow us to decide which day count should be considered. So again, it takes the values from 0 to 4. And the return value is the price per $100 face value. And we have some remarks as well. And also the formula if you are trying to calculate this manually. And if I scroll down a bit here, we have the example. I'm going to copy this example into an Excel file and then try to solve it in Excel first, and later let's go to PBI. Here I have all the information that is required to calculate or use the PRICEDISC function. We have the settlement date of the security or the bond, maturity date, the discount rate, and the redemption value. Using these inputs, we are going to use the PRICEDISC function and calculate the price of the discounted security. First, let's try to do it manually. So we have this formula here. PRICEDISC is equal to redemption minus discount times redemption times DSM stands for number of days from settlement to maturity, and B stands for number of days in a year, depending on year basis. First, let's try to do this manually here. So I'm going to input the values here. Redemption is my redemption value minus, open the parenthesis, and discount is the discount rate here, times redemption value $100 times DSM, number of days from settlement to maturity. So I need to find the difference between settlement date and maturity date. So we have Feb 16 and March 1st. So the difference is 14 days. 14 divided by number of days in a year depending on year basis. So let's assume that actual 360. I'm going to use 360 here. Close the parenthesis and hit enter. $99.80. So let me convert this into currency. So this is what I have here. So to check if the date is correct, let's do our math here. Maturity date minus settlement date. So 14, that's what I used here. Okay. So now let's try to do the same thing with the built-in function. So Excel comes with a built-in function called PRICEDISC. So as I stated earlier, it takes 5 parameters. The first one being the settlement date, and the second one is the maturity date. Third one is the discount rate, and fourth one is the redemption value. Basis, I'm going to use actual 360, that's 2. And now hit enter, and I have this value here, $99.80. So convert this into currency and click OK. So this is how we calculate or use the PRICEDISC function and calculate the price of a bond at a discount. And now let's try to do the same thing in Power BI. It should be fairly easy and same like what we do in Excel, but let's give a try. Here I have the PBI file and all the information. I have the settlement date, maturity date, discount rate, and redemption value. So now let me go to report and then try to create a new measure. Call this as price of a discounted security. price of discounted security equal to price disk, and I'm going to use selected value function, the settlement date, and next one is the maturity date, and then the discount, and the redemption value, and the basis I'm going to use 2, that is actual 360 days. Close the parenthesis and hit enter. And let me convert this into currency dollar and 2 decimal places. So now I should get the same results. 99.80. This is how we calculate the price of a discounted security. I hope this video was helpful, and if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and don't forget to share with your friends or colleagues. Okay, and thanks for watching. Have a great day.